Game 1, the Fall Classic ready to kick off. With Steve Phillips and John Kruk. Hi, everybody. I'm Gary Thorne. Who will be the winning pitcher? Matt Scherzer. We'll see how he attacks this lineup. And tonight, a look around the stadium, 47,000 strong. Now the Yankees starting pitcher. So, Steve, what's in store for these Washington hitters from him today?
Well, you know, Gary, this is a lineup that could put some runs up on the board, but they're going to have to make this right-hander work as he has quality stuff. They're going to have to take advantage of the opportunities that he gives them.
Scherzer with a windup. Line towards second, and he drops it. And he throws on to first. That'll retire the side. Now Ramos sets the target. Back up the middle. And it gets through. Keep the streak going. And that will bring up Alfonso Soriano.
Great piece of hitting right there. Leading off the inning with a hit. Now they're in a great situation to try to score some runs.
He singled his last trip. He's running. Strike one. And he's in there at second base.
Now, Gary kept inching off the base a little bit more each time and had a pretty big lead, and then he got a great jump to get in there in second base. Nice job of base running.
Espinosa's there. One down.
Well, he gets the job done right there, advancing the runner to third base. Now he's in scoring position and can score a lot of different ways.
One down. Here's Carlos Beltran. To right center. And that one's down, so the Yankees will get one. The lead off, bottom half of the sixth inning. Here we go with the first pitch. Swing sends this one on a line to right center. And that is in there. The tying run is on base. And that will bring up Alfonso Soriano.
Well, this is what you want, a base hit without anybody out. Now you have the potential of a big inning.
Steve, how well is that pitching performance standing up? There he goes towards second. He is safe at second base.
In a game of inches, the lead becomes critical. A nice lead off first base there, a good jump, and nice speed allowed him to get.
Oh, he's going to try to steal third. And he's in there at third.
With that kind of lead, it makes it so much easier to get in safely to third base, especially when the pitcher's acting like he doesn't even notice you out there.
You're out. And he catches Soriano. Alfonso Soriano strikes out. Well, you want to keep your options open, so as you look at the pen, both the righty and lefty are up.
Well, manager's looking ahead at the lineup, making sure that he has all options available to handle this lineup.
And it's Carlos Beltran now. Singled home a run in his last at bat. A shot up the middle. Base hit. Run should come in. It'll be a tie game. And he scores. That is the tying run.
They tried to go down with that 0-1 pitch, but it gets blasted right back for the base hit.
You got to call this promising if you're on the offensive side of it. It's an important part of the ball game. Get that ball game tied up and then move on. Ellsbury, the runner at second. Stammen with a delivery. Swings, lines this one back up the middle. And he gets in there, no contest.
He's having one heck of a game, isn't he, Gary? Up to 3 hits now for the game, and we'll see if they can bring him home with 2 outs.
And here is Alfonso Soriano. And the Yankees, here's another big chance. Well, he's running, taking off for second. Unable to make a throw there. He's in, stolen base.
Well, if you're going to take a chance, if you're going to take a risk, this is the time to do it. With 2 outs, get in scoring position and take your chances. Otherwise, you know what? You're out. Go get them next inning.
Good patience. Soriano lets that one go by for a ball. Count is even.
Gary, he's unusually aggressive when the count goes to 1-1, figuring he's going to try to get that pitch over the plate, and I'm going to swing.
Struck him out. He gets out of this with just a little hurt. And he bounced out his last time. Miller sets and throws. Swung on, lined over the first baseman's head. Rolling into the corner. That's going to be extra bases.
Well, anytime you can get a guy on base who can steal.
1 out. Danny Espinosa at the plate.
Now, Gary, hitting, pitching, defense, When they had to make plays, the Yankees did it today, and they come away the victors.
World Series Game 3. Welcome Gary Thorne, Steve Phillips, and John Kruk. This series now at 2-0. Our star watch, Jason Worth. Able to contain him, you probably got a chance at a win. We'll see if they can do it. Everyone just settling in. National fans on hand. Starting pitcher will be Steven Strasburg. And Steve, what's he got in his mind now as he pitches against these Yankees?
Now, pitching's the key to win any ball game, and with their quality right-hander on the mound today, that's going to be a key as well against this outstanding lineup. He's going to have to execute his pitches. The playoffs are about starting pitching. Their starting pitchers haven't gotten it done yet, and that's...
Now a swing and a ball hit high, deep, right center field. And goodbye, home run, and the Yankees have extended the lead. A little distance now, increasing their lead 1-3. And Strasburg's in the box. Boy, he needs to get this out here. You did not want to give up that big hit to the opposing pitcher, especially with that top of the order waiting. The dive, and he's got it. Out throws in time to first. What a play.
2 outs now. Those runners are still standing on base. Strike with the first pitch. He's given up 2 hits in this game.
He homered earlier in the ballgame. To deep right center. It's up against the wall on a bounce. And here's Cano for the plate. And he's in there. He scores from first.
Well, the hitter makes an adjustment going down on the pitch at the bottom of the strike zone and drives it here.
And you get a run scored if you're in that at-bat. What you want to do is make contact. He did. That pays off. Alfonso Soriano now with 1 away. He has a .286 batting average against the Nationals. Well, working on the 0-1 count now.
Gary, he gets a little over-anxious at the plate when the count goes to 0-1, so look for them maybe to expand the strike zone and get him to chase something.
And that will not get the runner home from third base.
At the plate for the New York Yankees, right fielder.
Runner over at third base for Carlos Beltran.
Bringing that thunder lately, going 6 for his last 15 at bat.
A swing and a ball hit high and deep. Down the line and right. Out of here, a homer and a 2-run shot. What do you think, Steve? A bunt here?
It's a definite bunt situation with the pitcher up. They've got to get the runners moved up.
Let's see if they agree. Swings and grounds this one to the right side. Foul. This one's grounded meekly to first. And he's out at first. What an out. Kept on rolling. Detweiler with a delivery. Line shot into center field. And in there. 3 for 3 ball game. And that will bring up Alfonso Soriano.
Well, someone showed up today. He came up big time today for these guys. Look at the swing. Confident, relaxed. One of the sweetest going.
Flew out last time. Well, he's running, taking off for second. And this is popped up on the left side. And the catch by Zimmerman.
Up to the plate for the New York Yankees.
There's one on. Here is Carlos Beltran. He homered back in the third. He's running toward second. And he is safe at second.
Gary, he has great speed, but the lead was the key. He really got off first base right there. Nice break on the pitch going to the plate. Now he's in scoring position.
Ross Detweiler, he'll try and make him chase one now. 0-2.
Well, here we go again. We've seen this already in this ball game. Man in scoring position, 1 out. They've got to find a way to limit this offense.
Here's the pitch. And this is bounced foul to the left side. Fastball got him 2 down.
Well, 2 strikes. You have to try to fight off this pitch. You have to think away and adjust in. They went away, but he couldn't make contact.
And a shot here for Brian McCann. 2 down. 271 his lifetime average off Washington. Now Ramos sets the target. Detweiler's pitch misses inside.
Trying to throw it in on the hitter's hands right here. Trying to get him to flinch and open up.
Oh, did McCann get that one? And goodbye, home run, and the Yankees have extended the lead. Two-run homer just adds to a terrific hitting game they've had. Earlier in the ball game. Here's the first pitch, and he takes one in there. 0-1.
He's painting the black away with that fastball, Gary, hitting the spots and with great velocity.
Ball. Nope, that one not in there. Detweiler misses. Here's the 1-1 pitch. This one is popped up to the left side out of play. Oh. Fastball swung out and missed. Struck him out. One away.
With 2 strikes, the hitter wanted
and Detweiler's in the box. He'll start the home half of the 7th. Smash towards the hole. One away. And Desmond is in the batter's box. He singled and later scored in his last time up. He singled in his last at bat. Number 64. Throw in time forces him at second for the 3rd out. He struck out last time through. And starts him out here. Called strike from Detweiler. 0-1.
You can really stay out of big trouble in the big inning if you can spot your fastball down in the zone.
Foul. And it's fouled off. Here it comes. Now here's one hit softly up the middle. Rendon. And he is safe at first. He's on board. And that will bring up Alfonso Soriano.
And with that, all he needs is a double to complete the cycle. Let's see if he can get another at-bat.
Hasn't had much success yet in this game. He's hoping to get something. There he goes towards second. And he's in there at second base. And he throws it away, and everybody's safe. Oh, big mistake. He's going for 3rd.
Now, Gary kept inching off the base a little bit more each time and had a pretty big lead, and then he got a great jump to get in there at second base. Nice job of base running.
And there's Worth. Pulls it in for the 3rd out. Single home run in his last at bat. First pitch on the way here. There's a ground ball. He's up with it. To second for 1. Over to first. He is safe.
At second
almost
base.
a double
Strong,
play.
accurate throw. Good footwork. They just couldn't get the double play.
And Ramos now will come to the batter's box. What a dominating performance we have seen. We are in Game 4 of the World Series, and it is 3-0. Gary Thorne, Steve Phillips, and John Kruk, and we're ready to go. In that zone is Jason Worth. Everyone just settling in. National fans on hand. Gio Gonzalez will take the mound first. So, Steve, what's he going to be conscious of as he looks at this Yankees lineup?
Well, the southpaw on the mound today, and this one is going to have to be on top of his game. And when he's on, he's usually pretty darn good. But this is a quality lineup he's facing, which means he's going to have to really execute his pitches tonight to get out of salvage this season.
Well, the salvaging part of it tonight is not going to be easy, but as you say, it's tonight or it's never.
Well, they have to find a way. It doesn't matter how they win. They just have to win.
Gonzalez sets and throws. That one swung on, hit in the air to deep right center field. And that gets down. That should bring Ellsbury around. And he's on his way to 3rd. And Ellsbury comes in to score.
And I think that pitch right there just got away from him. 0-1 pitch, threw it right down the middle of the plate. Not a good location.
And you'll get hurt, John, pretty much any time you do that. That's the kind of mistake you have to limit.
Absolutely. And we'll have to see how he handles this next batter.
Alfonso Soriano now with 1 away. He's 2 for 6 lifetime against Gonzalez. Here's the delivery. Strike 2. Soriano going to have to be careful here.
Well, the hitter's dug himself a pretty deep hole right here. Let's see if he can battle himself out of it.
Towards the middle. And that one to fall in, and the run will score.
We get an inning like this
as a swing now with 2 away. Well, it's the offensive job now. Get this ball club back into the ball game. Plenty of time, and they're putting that swung on, hit on the ground. Number 64. He's out at first base. Nice play on the cover.
That's a well-executed play right there.
But considering how he usually pitches and how he usually finds his success, today he's been throwing a lot of that 12-6 curveball.
0-1 count as that started off with a strike.
Well, the second inning, he's running
up the middle. Base hit through the infield. Runner should score.
He gets a letter high pitch, a good pitch to hit, and he takes advantage of it. Nice job.
Hitting from behind is not an easy thing to do in this game, but a little easier when the pitch is up there.
You throw it over the plate like that, it's going to cost you.
2 out and 2 on for Alfonso Soriano. Singled home a run in his last at bat. First pitch was a strike. 0-1 now. Here's the pitch. Good patience. Soriano lets that one go by for a ball. Count is even.
But Gary, the numbers seem to indicate he likes to go fastball on a 1-1 count, trying to get back ahead again.
Swings, hits this one pretty well. Deep right center. Jeter's trying for the plate. And Jeter comes home. And another run is in. I think there's an issue of how much is left in the RBI situation. Here's Danny Espinosa. And for this offense, right, there's a swing and a liner towards first. And that's going to do it in this half inning. He flew out his last time up. Here's the first pitch. Shot back to first. And that'll put Desmond on at first.
Well, this is great patience at the plate. He lets the ball get.
Here's the first one. A big swing on this one and a high drive deep to right. And he drops back to the warning track to pull it in. We have seen a great pitching performance on the mound and a tremendous use of that strike zone. Hit on the ground. Number 64. And they'll record the out at first base. Good timing on that play. Span. He got things going earlier on. First at bat, he got a single off Nova. Line towards first. One away.
Well, great work on the mound right here. Consistent, solid.
Here's the pitch.
0-1.
Starts him out with a fastball for a strike. And that one hit well. Worth's there. No problem with that one. Took a call third strike in his last at bat. 0 for 3 to this point. Miller winds up 1-2 pitch. Number 64. And he'll step on first to retire the side. And Ellsbury's on at third. Here we go with the first pitch. Slider just misses. 1-0.
A pitch like that just locks the hitter up when it's in on the hands.
He swings and nails a liner. That one falls. Ellsbury gets driven home.
Well, this lineup's looking pretty good right now. Only 1 out in the inning, and everyone can see that hit coming right there. Already with 2 hits. That's his third.
Reached on an error and later scored last time through the lineup. Oh, he's trying to steal second. And he's in there at second base.
In a game of inches, the lead becomes critical. A nice lead off first base there, a good jump, and nice speed allowed him to get in safely.
Strike 2. Soriano going to have to be careful here.
Well, as a hitter, when a guy has a good fastball, you think you have to swing a lot harder to try to catch up with it. You really don't, but he did right there, and that's why he blew it past him.
He deals. Slider swung on and missed. 2 down.
Now he helped him right there with 2 strikes. He gets the slider, but he chases it out of the zone for strike 3.
Runner at second base now, Carlos Beltran. He homered back in inning number 2. And this at bat already 0-1. First pitch was a strike.
Well, this is exactly the situation where he's going to pull the curveball out. This guy really struggles with it when he's behind.
Ground ball played by Zimmerman. Throws on to first in time to retire the side. Drove in a run earlier in the game. Liner between first and second. One down.
For the pitcher, hopefully a guy who can come up with a big hit.
He was sent down with a ground out in his prior at bat. And the New York Yankees are your new world champions. And let the World Series celebration begin. The emotions of a year. You're going to see it on the faces of these players now. This is the moment they have been waiting for.
And Gary, they knew it could happen today, and it did. You're looking at the culmination of an incredible season. Hard work, adversity, everything came together, and now they are the champions.
Steve, this is when they are kids again.
They just can't contain themselves. Look at the celebration.
What a season. The World Series championship has been awarded. Amidst all this celebration, the player who has earned the prestigious MVP award.
You know, win as a team, but I don't think there's a single teammate that would argue he is the single most impactful player on their team and deserving of this award.
What a moment, folks. Baseball history in the making. We've enjoyed bringing it to you throughout the whole season, the postseason. Now it's finally time to say so long.
Now the celebration is just beginning for their players. They're going to enjoy the offseason and soon get focused on next year.
And a tremendous Major League Baseball journey. What a year it has been. And our pleasure to take you along the way. For 2K Sports, I'm Gary Thorne with Steve Phillips and John Kruk. We'll see you when the preseason starts all over again. Take care. Enjoy the summer.